Daniel, that thing is too loud, please. And Simon, reduce the TV volume a little.
No way! Simon!
Share this.
No way! Simon!
Share this.
Okay then.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes.
Okay then.
Hello, good afternoon. Simon, that thing is too loud. Give me the remote, please. And Daniel, your laptop is loud.
Huh? How?
I'm not deaf.
44. Mama,
20. Just one is enough. All right. Good afternoon. Let me wait a little bit for more people to join. Just about. I just need the figure to go up. Please share this live. I want to discuss something very, very important for women, especially. I've made a video touching a little bit on it just a few minutes ago, and I just feel since I have a little bit of time, let me see if I can just address it on a deeper level without having to reduce the timing, because with recording of video is either you're doing in parts, or I want to put this thing in a angle that Simon, can you come a bit closer? I need this thing charging, and I also want it. So move that, or you move it closer, please. I still need it closer. Please share, please share, please share. Share this live.
I'm trying to.
I'm not talking to you. Yeah, push it closer. Are you sure? Are you sure you are not stepping on something that is? See what you're doing.
No!
You literally just pulled my stuff. Yeah, unplug the black one.
Unplug this.
Unplug that. That's what is making it get stuck. Hello, everyone. Please. No. It's on the white socket. The black, yes, that one. So unplug it. Yeah, good. See the difference. All right. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining. I have a little bit of time, and before I go for the meeting I'll be going for in a few hours, which I still need to do something before going for that meeting. So I think I just feel I have about roughly an hour to quickly share this thing I want to share. And one of the things that prompted this is, please just like, so that the video keeps going to more people and more people. It goes to FYP, and more people, especially women particularly, are able to join. If you have a female friend that will benefit from the topic on the screen, please share it with them, because it's something that, especially as a woman who is a Christian, is not something you will likely hear from the pulpit. And a time has come where women need to take responsibility for their life. A time has come where women need to understand that they have the autonomy for their life and the self-governance, where nobody can just easily wake up and think they have the right to determine how your life should go. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Please like this video for me, please. I think this is the first time I'm actually doing this. Is because of the importance of this live video and the fact that I'm not going to be staying too long. So I want as much as possible to join, especially women. So if you know women that will benefit from this live, kindly share this video with them, however means you want to. Okay, so I'll just quickly dive in. Hopefully I'm not being drawn back. I'll start from one of the things that prompted this video. I was this morning, not earlier today, kind of midday. Anyways, I was just kind of, let me quickly check on Facebook what's happening there, then go off, because I wasn't planning to stay long as I needed to be somewhere. And so I stumbled on this particular post where a lady, I've shared this story as well on my last video, where a lady who is clearly married, she clearly is a Christian, was married to a man who is a parish pastor or parish something relating to a religious title anyways. And the guy has been demanding for so many fetish sexual fantasies, and they are usually, for her, painful processes, and I think maybe a little bit traumatizing. But she clearly was complaining bitterly how the experience was not something she likes, until the man woke up one day and said the next thing he wanted was threesome. And okay, sorry, I was reading the notification. So the man asked for the threesome and she declined. Now the thing now led to the man now telling her that she's going to go get it elsewhere. He's going to go get it elsewhere. And true to his words, he went to do the threesome with two other women. And he did not stop there. He decided to record himself and send it to his wife. Now, this is what triggered my video making. There are two major points. She then decided to report to the guy's father, who she expected, she felt, oh, he's a pastor, he's going to reason with her and speak against it, blah, 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 blah. But unfortunately, the man told her, go and be praying. God will help you. More like, hand over everything like it's not his business. First of all, whatever made her think that her father-in-law was going to speak up against his own son? I don't know. Then secondly, which is a major part that is where I want to focus on, of course I'll talk briefly on that other one too, is the fact that she informed her family, and her family are telling her to keep managing and that divorce is not an option. Now she now came to that pastor and said, Pastor, please, what should I do? Because in my family, divorce is not an option. And that's what brought me to the topic I want to talk about today, which is your self-governance, or maybe autonomy. Over the years, I've seen situations where a woman would be married to an abusive partner, she's not yet pregnant, and she will still go ahead and, okay, let's say the first child, you didn't know, you didn't have the understanding. The second child, you are beginning to have the understanding, but somehow it happened. I don't think you should allow the third, fourth, fifth. And the painful part is, most of the people that birth over 3-4 children are usually married to a deadbeat, a wicked, heartless man. And then when you ask them what happened, why did you keep alive, they will say things like, if I say I don't want to give him access to my body, he will beat me, he will report me, he will do this, he will do that. And I'm wondering why women are more concerned about what people are saying about them over their own safety. I'm wondering what they're thinking. Like, why are you making someone else's thoughts, their expectation of a greater influence over your own life, which puts you in a very difficult position where you are struggling, where your life is at stake? As of this week, someone still shared with me how a philandering man went out, as usual, did all he wanted to do, only to catch HIV/AIDS, which turned to AIDS. But he didn't know, number one, and then he still came to her without any protection. Anyway, by the time people were discovering, it was too late, because it has turned to full-blown AIDS. At first, people were thinking it was spiritual. You know, there's something about Africa. Instead of us first going to the hospital to test, to know what the problem is, we first term is spiritual and be fighting the demon that is not existing. So they were focusing on spiritual, thinking it is the demon or whatever that is affecting her. By the time she now going to the hospital to check, it was a full-blown AIDS, and her days were numbered. It was already too late for her to live. And sadly, in a matter of weeks, she and the man, they died, leaving their children alone to figure life out. And here is where I come in. Why do women do this to themselves? Again, I also understand the aspect of conditioning, the society making you think that you don't have the right over your life. Just like one pastor, which I posted on my wall, was also saying things like, he will never allow his son to marry a girl that has no father figure, that the girl child needs to be controlled. I understand that aspect. But there comes a time in your life where you become stubborn. You stop being the gentle and the meek and quiet one. You stop trying to make people to think that you're a good girl, because trying to be a good girl clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And who ends up suffering more if it is not you? You are the one. Yes, conditioning is a problem. Thank you for the gift. Like, you are the one that will still suffer more. But somehow you are not thinking of, okay, if nobody was existing in this life, what would I have done to myself? How would I have handled this situation? But somehow you think that somebody else should have the control, autonomy over your life, determining how you live your life. You know, I've heard of so much stories this week that even is part of what has accumulated to me during this life. A woman, I don't like using that word grooming because it's annoying and triggering. This woman was clearly groomed, and then there's this culture in Nigeria that in that culture, what they do is, when a woman, or if a woman does sleep with another man, like in this case now, it was not even like she went to cheat, she was raped. They still subjected her to going to swear with their idol somewhere in their village. I think it's Idoma. Very annoying. Somebody raped your wife. You didn't think the first thing to do is to take her to the hospital, get the police to arrest the person that raped your wife, but the first thing you are thinking of is to take her to go and swear before your idol. And somehow they have used that to cage the woman for years. She's been living in fear even though she didn't do anything outside of being faithful to her husband. And these are part of the conditioning and ways to use fear to grip the heart of women into being subjected to someone that can be controlled and ruled over the years. And I will say this, one of the secrets, actually, I don't even think it's a secret, but one of the tools for a woman to be free from these shackles is to stop giving a damn. Like, stop giving a damn who gets offended, who gets hurt, who feels disappointed. Like, normalize disappointing people. Normalize that you will disappoint even your parents. Normalize the fact that you will disappoint your pastor. Normalize that you will disappoint your neighbor. Normalize it in your head. You know why you should normalize it? Is because it gives you the freedom to start thinking about your life by yourself and making decisions that works for you. You're not going to be making decisions because of what some people will think or say. Like in the story of this woman, reason for still being in that marriage is not because she wants to be. You know, it's one thing if it is that she's one that say, well, I want to fight for my marriage. People do that silly. But let's say she wants to even fight for her marriage with a useless man that is clearly a useless man that has chosen his path to be useless. In this case, her family is the reason why she's staying. She's not even thinking of the implication, the emotional implication, the health implication, hello Pelumi, the spiritual implication. A man that finds it easy to sleep with two women at once, make a recording of himself, and then send it to you, making it easy for you to divorce him. I mean, you have evidence in your hand to get this man out of your life, but you are then thinking of what your family will say. how they will perceive you. The same people that don't even know how you are feeling, they don't know what you are going through. The same people that would easily throw you under the bus once it is looking like it's tainting their family perfect picture. And that mindset that you think that your in-laws will always support you over their son, that thing, like out of 100, maybe you will get one family that will support you over their useless son. Most times, people with useless sons are the ones that usually, in fact, they would even make you feel like they're doing you a favor. I once shared a story sometimes last year of a lady whose mother-in-law, sister-in-laws loved her. They loved her. If she needs money, they're giving her. If she wants to start a business, they are supporting. Anything she wants, they're giving her. Meanwhile, the man that is their son was an absent, emotionally unavailable man, absent father, abusive man, toxic, never provided for any basic thing, even messing up the little provision they have. Then one day, because she thought, oh, they've been supporting me, she now thought, okay, I'm tired, let me report to these people. She reported that, don't worry, anything you need, just be coming to us. It continued until what they did when the guy hit her and she decided to report to the police. That's where she saw the true color of her family member, of her in-laws. Those in-laws clearly were only giving her those gifts to shut her mouth off. That's all. There's no family that knows that they have a useless son that will support you over their son, because they themselves are the dysfunction. They are the institution of dysfunction themselves, so they would not support you over their son. Who are you? Where are you coming from? There are families where they will support you so that you can bet children for them, and as soon as the child comes, they will show you their true color. And at that point, they want to take even the children from you. And some women will now do it to the point where they put their life on hold, building the man's life, to a point where the man is now like a free bird. But they are tied to his apron simply because they have not worked on themselves. They have not developed themselves over the years. They think all they need is to be a faithful wife. You can be a faithful wife to your grave. Am I saying don't be faithful? Far from it. I am saying be faithful with sense. All this virtuous woman, submissive wife that you are doing, that is sending your life, making your life get closer to your grave, is not serving you. That is not wisdom. That is foolishness. The difference between the foolish virgin and the wise virgins is simply because they applied wisdom. The foolish one were expecting that life will go on as normal. Maybe they are thinking the oil will flow in from some magic place or something. They didn't think to prepare for the days when it will be raining, when there will be no sunshine. That's what some women do. Some would heartily, joyfully leave their financial assets, their financial asset and power, and think that it is okay to be submissive and let it go. And then tomorrow the man starts making it look like he's the Lord and master over your life, and you cannot even question him because you don't even have the financial boldness to ask. See, when you have money, it gives you the power to choose. You have many options. You are able to see that this thing is not serving me, I'm leaving. And sometimes it is not about huge money. It is about the fact that you know that if you work hard, you will get the money. But when you've not used your skills for years, when you've not gotten yourself into something that can earn you more money for years, to live it becomes difficult, and then you start giving birth to more children. Some years ago, a lady came to me. She was married to a narcissist, or I would even say he's a narcissist, because the thing was just too much. When she started sharing the story, she was like, "Oh, by the way, she's a Christian." She was like, "I don't know. I know you may judge me, but it's okay. But I'll just tell you what I will tell you." She said, "I was pregnant for this guy, but I aborted it. It's okay if you want to judge me." She now said the reason why she did was because before she discovered she was pregnant, the guy was already showing her shaggy. She was already suffering. How much more when she's now more vulnerable with pregnancy? Now that was why she went to abort. I said, it's not in my place to judge you. It's never in my place to judge you. You did what you know was best for you. I know women that before they finally left, they were both looking for children with their husband. They will go for tests. Doctor will say everything is fine, everything is good. But she knows she's the one not making the pregnancy stand. You have the right to allow pregnancy stay in your womb or not. Both of you should be looking for pregnancy now. Yes, the shaker will be pro-max with pregnancy. A man has shown you how wicked he is. A man has shown you how much he hates you. He's not hiding it. He's not pretending. Because in his mind, you are married to him for life. You don't have a choice. You don't have an option. But you have to make it obvious to him that you have many options. That you are not using them does not mean that you cannot use them. One of the options is that you plan your exits smoothly out of the union. Number one, no child. You become stingy with your womb. You will go to the hospital together. Doctor will do the test. They will say, you're fine. Yes. You will go to the mountain self and join him in fasting and prayer till you plan your exit smoothly and leave. That's one of the self-governance that you have. That's one of the authority and power you have over your body. Why are you putting yourself in a dangerous place? You will born first child. You will see how we showed you shege in the first pregnancy. Okay, let's say you didn't know. Second child again, you do it. This time around, definitely it has multiplied. Because the more children you have, the more difficult it is for you to live an abusive relationship. Some of you are not even legally married, but you are staying committed and faithful to someone that does not count you worthy to marry. And he's still abusing you on top of it. Someone did not think that you deserve to be legally protected. He didn't think that you deserve it. And you are giving birth to too many children for him. And then, has it occurred to you that the more children you birth, the more difficult it is for you to live an abusive marriage or relationship? As much as cohabiting sounds sweet and good, I will tell you women, cohabiting is your number one enemy. I know it sounds good, except you're not planning to have children. Cohabiting is your number one enemy as a woman. Because it puts you in a more difficult position. By the time you have cohabited, you born first child, born second child, born third child. You know what it literally means? If you are now in a country where there's no law that can protect you towards the children, like Nigeria, where there's no law, even though these laws are there, they are not as active as you think. And even if they are, the system is not going to make it easy for you to get access to demand what is right from this person. And then there are those that will say that we marry traditionally. Seriously. How do you want to present traditional certificate in the court? How? What are you going to show as a proof? Except maybe in the northern countries where I think there's, due to customary law, I think there's a kind of certificate. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure of that. You want to give birth to your children with one man. Oh God, you have no idea the calamity you are using your hand to knock the door open towards you. You are doing yourself a great disservice by staying loyal to a person who is intentionally hurting and destroying you. And for the women that are Christian that will say, but I want to be a virtuous woman, but you are just being foolish. You're being very, 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 very foolish. Because even the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. In a nutshell, the Bible is expecting you to love yourself to a large extent to remove yourself from a dangerous place when the need arises. The Jesus I am making as your perfect example, when they wanted to kill him before his time, he left the place, he walked away. I know we like to present this aspect of Christianity of gentle, meek, quiet spirit. Yes, all of those virtues are good. But it's not the same Jesus that went to the temple to beat people. Was violence not part of him? Didn't Jesus beat people? Didn't he curse Pharisees? Was he not saying, woe to you, Pharisees and Sadducees? Why are you choosing just the gentle side and you're not thinking of the other side that is eating situations head on? Even the Bible says that be as gentle as a dove, but be as wise as a serpent. Do you know what a serpent does if it wants to attack someone? A serpent can become your friend. Meanwhile, it is measuring up to you to see if it can swallow you. When they say green snake under green grass, don't you think it is because the snake is trying to attack someone that clearly can kill it, but because it doesn't want to be killed but kill that person, it will adjust itself. A snake can be your friend for as long as possible till it can attack you. Are you thinking of this fact? That even the Bible has made it obvious that, oh girl, you got to watch your back. You need to protect yourself. When push comes to shove, you like become selfish. All this, I want to be selfless. I don't want them to think I'm a bad person. Please be a bad person. What has that your good person? How has it helped your life? See how you are suffering needlessly. And you know the painful part is however you do one thing, is how you will do everything. And this is not just a romantic relationship. By the time you're allowing rubbish to come into your life and make a mess about your life, the same thing will tell in your business, in your place of work. That is why they will easily promote somebody that just came last month, simply because the person is vocal and not forming good girl. But you are there forming good girl. You are forming gentle. I don't want to come off as being rude. Really? Now today they call you rude. I'm a rude. I'm a pride. See, there are some tags that you call me these days that I wear it. I don't care. Call me proud. Yes, I am. I'm not going to tolerate rubbish. And I don't care. And I think that need or desperation to be married is another contributing factor. Marriage is good when you find a person that is in alignment with you, that both of you are in sync. Not necessarily perfectly 100%, but 80% at least. And there's no toxicity or whatever that is included as part of the side dish. But you see, when your desire becomes, is translated into desperation, you will see red flag. You will call it pink flower. In fact, you will see a red carpet that is clear that this one is danger, but you will say it looks like a baby pink, and that you want to even turn it to a cloth so that you can be wearing it. That's what you'll be telling yourself. You will open your eyes like this and walk into the danger that is against your life, and you won't see it. Have you observed that anything that ends up breaking a marriage are the issues that were there before they got married? You will see there are so many people today living together, but they are separated. They are divorced in the real sense, but they're just keeping up with the Joneses. And you don't even realize that. Wait, let's even look at it this way. The same marriage that you want to run into, many people are divorcing. Have you thought to ask yourself, wait, people are divorcing every day. What is causing the divorce? Why? I don't understand your comments, by the way. So, if I understand what you are saying, why would you even enter a relationship with someone that is clearly not in sync with you? Why would you fall in love with someone that clearly doesn't like you? Why would you enter a relationship with someone that disregards you? And then you're looking for the way out. Why? The point is, don't even let it happen in the first place. Don't let it happen in the first place. The desperation to want to be married is the reason why a lot of people are married and sad in their marriage today. There are so many married people that are envious of single ladies, that they are jealous. That's why you will see some married women. They will see a single mom who is not coming for their man, but they will start projecting their fears on the woman, like as if the woman is coming to snatch their husband from them. Whatever makes you think somebody is going to snatch an adult from you clearly tells me that you yourself need to work on yourself. Because nobody can snatch a person that does not want to go. A person that wants to be faithful does not need you monitoring them. In fact, the minute you find yourself helping a man to build boundaries around relationship, that's a red flag. That's a reason why you should cut them off. That's the reason why that relationship should not stand. If you have to be the one to teach a man, hey, now you should not be communicating too much with your ex. You should not be, this kind of message is not healthy. Don't be sending it with women. You should not be calling women in the night. Now, it's not. The minute you are doing that for a man, girl, you have buried yourself. And I'm saying this, don't ever think you don't have options in life. You have options. I know some African parents have said, will tell their daughters when they are married, when you get married, just know you're not coming back to this house, so you don't have a room again. Go and create a room for yourself elsewhere. You don't have to go back to their house. I know it may be difficult, and that's why I said planning is important. So when you are doing your planning, make sure there's no child coming in. Because that's really important. That's one of the things that people don't seem to get. You cannot just wake up and say you're leaving, because you have to also plan. Because if you rush and run away, except in a case where there's extreme, serious physical violence, then of course in that one I would say don't even think it. But if it is mostly verbal abuse and all of the other ones, plan your exit so that you don't find yourself going back. Plan your exit and leave. If you suddenly rush out without thinking thoroughly, you will likely go back. A victim of abuse would, scientifically or research-wise, would go back at least 7 times. And unfortunately, they may not even reach that 7th time because they are usually unalived. Almost this year alone is like for every 2 days, a woman is being unalived. For every 2 days. And I'm saying, women, as much as you want to fall in love, don't fall in love to your detriment. And I think one thing women should learn is that when you're falling in love, let your logic be in front. You know, that narrative that women are very emotional is a narrative to bind you from thinking of yourself, so that you're able to ask questions that will make the man uncomfortable, that will make him know that this woman is not going to take rubbish, that will make the man to be too afraid to misbehave while you're caught, let alone get married. Never be too afraid to lose anybody. Because the minute you get to a point where you are becoming too afraid to lose a person, you have lost your power. You have lost your self-governance. You have lost your autonomy as a woman. You have lost your power. Because you have literally just submitted that power to them that, I'm too afraid to lose you. You can do me anyhow. I will manage. No. Never be too afraid to. And this is not even just about romantic relationship. Some of you, your own issue is your friendship. You have friends that you cannot talk with. You cannot correct, but they are free to correct you. And their correction is more of destroying you with their words. They choose when they want to call you. And when they call you, must speak. They choose what they want to share with you. And then they now intentionally, publicly talk about it. And you're looking like a fool. And they call you your friend. It starts from all those little relationships. And like I tell people a lot, if you have not built a solid friendship, don't bother about marriage, because you will not be able to thrive. Because in friendship, the only difference between friendship and marriage is the sexual intimacy. And maybe living together. Because some friends live together anyways. So maybe that's the only difference. If you've not learned communication skill, if you've not learned to own your own voice, if you've not learned to know your own value as a person, to know your belief system and what you stand for, your non-negotiables and negotiables, if you've not learned all of these things in friendship, you can't know them in marriage. Because marriage will test you. They will use that marriage and mess up your life, because you won't even realize they are messing you up, because you have not even set the boundaries up for yourself. You've not set up things that can protect you. See, there are some strong men you see out there that you say, this one a man. But the truth is, there are some things they know that they cannot try, because they know they will lose everything. And it's not even about the woman threatening them. It's because the woman is a valuable woman who has seen herself and knows that if you come to my life, if you decide to go, you'll be the one to still lose. Look at Obama's wife, for example. The man made a statement one day that if it is not because of me, you'll not be a president's wife. She said, no. If I didn't marry you, you will not be in this White House. And he couldn't but agree. What a lot of women don't know is your value is beyond what they have reduced you to. They've reduced you to only thing that matters in your life is money. They've reduced you to that. They've reduced you to your body. That's why some people will, because of men, go and do, what's it called? They'll go for under the knife for surgeries. See, I'm not saying don't do surgery, but let it be that you're doing it because of yourself. You love it. You want it. Go and do it. But if your motivation for going under a 50-50 chance of life, or the risk of living with some this thing, aftermath of it, is because of a man that may never see you, then you don't even value yourself enough. You don't even value your life. You don't like yourself. You don't love yourself. There are some things that people cannot do around me. They don't born you. And I don't care who you are. I respect people. I value people. I play a lot. I am very friendly. But you see, there are some lines you can never cross with me. There are some lines you can't cross with me. Someone shared on one platform and said that there was a couple that the husband was philandering, and then he later came back and they are believers. I immediately, I was like, in case the man that is planning to marry me is here, I wrote it. I said, this can never be me. You try it once, you are gone. Forget it. I don't forgive such. I will forgive you, but not in your way. My forgiveness means you are gone forever. It doesn't mean I will see you tomorrow and not say hi. I can say hi. I'm not your enemy. I don't hate you. But you see, I will never give a second chance to something that I know can hurt my life. I will never do it. I am that person that can stay loyal to you for as long as possible. But the day you break that thing, forget it. And me, I don't deal with people like a gutter person. I do it the right way, that even you will tell me, were you planning this all along? I give you grace. I will warn you. I will tell you. I will tell you ahead. These are my deal breakers. Don't do it. I'm sorry. I will not forgive you. If you do it, forget about me. I will tell you. So it's not like as if I will just come from nowhere. I say, no, I don't know. I will inform you. I will communicate to you the things I want, the things I don't like, the things I can accept, the things that are negotiable, and the ones that are non-negotiable. I don't think you can use, I will go and tell the pastor to me that three elders came to me to try and tell me to not make a decision. I look at them like this. I didn't even say anything. I just like, thank you. By the time I even shared few things, even they were telling me sorry. They were apologizing because they felt they were stupid for even thinking they can come and tell me to forgive somebody that was misbehaving. I won't allow it. That's where every woman should get to. Number one, you are not afraid to be alone. You see that fear of, it is cat that will be your companion. It's a lie. Go to the mental health home. Go to the all these what's it called, hospitals. Go and see the people that are living a miserable life. Mostly, it is men. But they project it to you so that you can be afraid. Then they come with another narrative. That is to say, you will soon stop being able to give birth to children. And then you start running with that lie. Have you thought of the fact that, yes, you may not be able to freeze your hair because that's a privilege. Not everybody can afford it. Not everybody can pay for freezing of egg, IVF. But have you thought of the fact that rushing into marrying an animal will cost you more than the pregnancy that you're thinking you want to have? I still saw a video of one woman crying on Instagram. I even downloaded it with the hope to analyze it. Hopefully I'm able to. She's a white woman. She was crying. You know the kind of cry that at some point she was... Why? She's trying to... because you can't even compare it to the narcissist. But let's say she's trying to co-parent with a narcissist. I felt for her. That's one of the reasons I tell people that don't even try and think you can co-parent with a narcissist. And when you have the opportunity to do it legally, go for no contact. No. Or supervised visits. With supervised visits, you still have a bit of autonomy and control over how he misbehaves. But you see that no supervised visits are premium shaggy. The tears that will wait for you. You cannot not, like, wait. Some people will say they cannot marry a man, but they can have children with a man. I don't know if people are thinking, oh, but does it make sense to you? You feel you cannot go to court to seal up and have a bit of security for yourself with a man. And then you proceeded to be getting pregnant and borning children. Meanwhile, if you didn't have children with a man, you can easily divorce and forget he ever existed. The worst that would happen is once a while you remember, that man really hurt me that time, but it's all good, we are fine now. Compared to, there's no court whatever, there's no divorce, there's no marriage, let alone this thing. But then, you have children, or even one child with him. A forever reminder I don't even know how people come up with this idea. This is one of the reasons I say I can never ever. This is not even about my religious beliefs. Even though as a Christian, I will never ever support cohabiting. But let's now put Christianity aside. Think about it. Where is your security as a woman? If you go and be cohabiting with a man and you're birthing children for him, giving him the benefit of a husband when he's just a boyfriend and likely an enemy, you're not even thinking of first securing your life. With divorce in any country, with marriage certificates, legal wedding, by the way, in any country, I'm not talking of church wedding. There's some church that in Nigeria that does not have the right to wed you. So I don't understand. Then traditional marriage, as much as it's good, and in the fraternity and everything is good, it's still not a necessary protection for you. That's why you will see a man is very quick to marry you traditionally. Let's talk about court wedding. You will see them avoiding it. They don't want to do it because a court wedding gives a woman so many power, so much, even in Nigeria. In a nutshell, it means that if the man decides to move mad tomorrow and you want to divorce, you have access to all his properties as an insurance for your life. They don't want that. That's why they will go for traditional marriage with you. And you think it's love. And you now start burning children. It's time to stop acting like you are helpless, because you are not helpless. I know the society has made it and conditioned women to think they are helpless. They cannot think for themselves. They cannot make decisions for their life. It's a lie. I'm saying it again. It is a very, very big lie. You have the power to make a decision for your life, but for yourself. I think another issue is that a lot of you don't want to take responsibility for whatever action you take. And that is, for example, maybe you take a decision and it didn't work out. That's part of life. We will all make mistakes. You will fall down some days. Some days you will be successful. Some days you will fail. Take responsibility. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. But when you are trying to avoid taking responsibility for your actions, that's where you leave the autonomy and self-governance of your life to another person. And then because those ones are ready to, they will take it, but they will not destroy your life. Look at Annie. Look at Annie now. She's a very good example of never ever think that patriarchy will favor you. That one, she's an exception. Like you said, lucky. It's not common. Not even with the men of these days that are very full of themselves and selfish. Don't go there. Like I was saying, I feel so much for Annie. But if you are being honest with herself, she brought it on herself too. I pity her. But she brought it on herself. I will never ever fight another woman because of a man. One thing women love to do. Somebody went to share testimony in one church. I can't remember which church. She said, "Praise the Lord. So one day my husband left the house. He told me he was traveling for a contract. I can't remember the full thing, but I know he said he was traveling, and then meanwhile he was going to see another woman, and the man lied to that woman that he's not married, and so the lady believed him, and that was how the woman shared testimony now claimed that the Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, well done for your patience. So that the Holy Spirit that the Holy Spirit now whipped or did something to the woman that made the woman say, you are lying, you are married. She now left. And then the man now came back and said, the woman left because she said she saw a revelation that somebody is beating her because she's married. Why is your Holy Spirit not beating the one breaking the vow? Let's ask that question. Why is your own Holy Spirit only targeting? And I haven't come to see. I know there are some people who are okay with being side chicks and intentionally go for married women. But that's just few compared to the original. Do you know the amount of married women that come into my inbox? And I'll be like, and see, let me even tell you, they are Christians. People that online, you'll be saying, this one is somebody I respect a lot. Is a man of God. And the effortry they would come. I'll be like, Are you mad or something? Or something is twisting in your brain or your brain. Who do you think I am? Again, men will always try to push your boundaries. That's how one. His wife is married. He came to me. I wish I knew. The thing is, I used to know him growing up in the same church in the choir. But the church I was going to then, we don't use jewelries. We don't used to do makeup. We don't used to do all those things. So it was all natural look. So upon discovering my picture later, I was like, so you're this beautiful, blah, blah, blah. He was a married man as at that time. And me, I know how to make you say what is already in your mind. I have my way. I was just looking at him and he was saying all sort of things to the point where he said he downloaded my picture and he would use it to masturbate. By the way, he's married. When he got to that point, I said, stop. I said, I'm ashamed for you if you're not ashamed of yourself. And then I put an end to that discussion and that was it. Some months down the line, the woman died. I saw the post. I was sad, of course, like a life was lost. And I intentionally did not send a message in the inbox. I just dropped a comment. And in fact, I think it's a sentence of just about 3 words. My condolences and, the flower of condolence. And I intentionally did it that way. Not because I didn't care about him losing his wife, but because I don't want him to think he has an access to come back to me and try his luck. But you see, like I said, men will always push. Men, they will always want to try you. It is up to you to tell them get lost. So he came back 6 months after they have buried the wife. He wanted to Shebi, I'm now single. Let me come and try my luck. And so he came. I was like, I really like you. He blah, 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 blah. I allowed him again to blab. And I said, don't do it. He was like, what do you mean? I said, don't do it. If you try it one more time, you will regret it. And I didn't tell you what I was going to do. But what I was going to do would be a thing that he will run away from Facebook. Because, so I just told him, stop. Don't do it anymore. Don't let this be the last time you will come into my inbox with this silly message. Men will always push you. Married Christian men. There's another one that they do now. It was today I discovered that it has a name, lavender marriage. Lavender marriage is when a gay person marries. This one, lavender marriage, is something that both of them are fully aware. Anyway, like a gay guy decides to marry a lady that is straight, but the lady also wants to marry because of either pressure and societal whatever. So to avoid so much drama, she would then agree to marry the gay. And it's more like I've forgotten the name now. So, but then he will still be going to see his real partner. People do this one with their consent and go into it. But the thing is, the version of this lavender marriage that is common, and even even very much common in open marriage, even very much common in Nigeria, is the gays marrying the straights and happening in your churches. Yay! I'm sorry I'm laughing because I don't think I have energy anymore to be angry and pained. So many times I just convert it to laughing. So they do this thing. The lady will not know. As of last year, I'm privy to 4. Yeah. And they're in Nigeria. One of the reasons why this is also happening partly is because of the way the societal stigmatization, and I get it, I understand, but at the same time, if only these ladies are not good girls, they would have seen it, but they are too naive to see it. They would have seen it one way or the other. Like in one of the examples, the persons I know of, she herself said she noticed that this particular uncle, he must always go and visit him every weekend. And like it is a must, he will spend his weekend there. That he calls the man his own uncle to his fiancé. And so he would say, I'm going to my uncle's place this weekend. I'll see you next week. And he will go. And it's always every weekend. I beg, which kind of uncle are you going to go and visit every weekend? Is it not fishy? What happened to your parents' house if you must be visiting family? Why is it only your uncle? And I think a week into the wedding was when she knew that uncle is partner is the person she's competing with. How do you compete with a man as a woman? See, you just need to be very smart. You need to be very wise. You need to stop being a good girl. You need to understand that you have the control over your body. You need to understand that you have the power to make decisions for yourself. See, as far as that decision is not hurting a person directly, I say directly because your decision sometimes will hurt people. And it's not because your decision is bad. It's just because of those people, either they have an unrealistic expectations for you or a selfish expectation for you. And so when you don't meet it, they feel disappointed and hurt and all the blah, 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 blah. So you will likely hurt people for making the right decisions for yourself. I have a community where I'm helping women to leave an abusive marriage, and at almost every junction, they will tell me how they are scared because, again, they are stepping into new waters. They are not used to making the kind of decision and even choosing themselves. Imagine being married to an abusive man for 18 years, 23 years. Like, hey, me self, I was like, I don't pray for your kind of patience. And if, like, these are stories I don't even want to share, or at least I'm not ready to share, because it's still a journey. We are still working on them, on their freedom and their healing. So it's not even thank you for the gifts. It's not even something I can share right now, but 18 years, 20, so no now. It doesn't make sense. But then, when I think of the time when they were getting married, the information was not much. The kind of people I will not be patient with are those that got married between, say, 2020 and now. Because as at 2018, 19, information is already flying around about toxicity, narcissism, and all of those things. Information about the fact that they are present in church. I tell people always, church is not one of your safest place for partner. Forget it. These days, bad, useless men will intentionally go into the church to go and look for naive girls. So church is not your best place. Choose with your eyes open, wide open like this. There's a reason why your Bible say watch and pray. It didn't say pray and watch. You will watch for the character. If it gel, you can now say, okay, God, for the future that I don't know about, do you think we should proceed or halt? You need to do your own part. Your own part is to watch, check the patterns. And I dare say there are some family you should not marry into. There are some family you should not marry into. Because, hey, that's a topic for another day. But I think that women should learn to, let me use this word, be selfish. Be selfish about your life. Because if it's all about money, see, money is one of the list of your worries. There are so many things money cannot buy. So many things money cannot buy. I talk about this example that is a true life one that even I could not help. That even I was telling the person that, you know what, just stay there till you can figure life out. This woman is married to a very influential pastor in Calabar or Uyo. He's very influential. She opened up to me about some of his atrocities, how this pastor unalives people. I don't know the pastor, to be honest. She didn't mention the name. And I think she used a ghost account, because after that discussion, I couldn't find that page again. She mentioned how he unalives people at will. And even police knows. And even she herself, her life is under threat. And she's also being abused. And the fact that living is not an option. She said because a move to leave, that there will just be a news that, oh, Pastor Mrs. So passed on to glory, when actually is the one that won her life there. I was not like, okay, can you plan your exits? He said, how will she plan it when she's being monitored? Even a church member are his weapon. But if you see this kind of woman now, you say, Pastor Mrs., she will dress so good. You even be envying and be wishing you're married to a pastor wife. It's not that now that we are now seeing that these pastors, many of them are liars and fakes. Before we started seeing all of you, we were wishing, so I want to be a pastor's wife, because you see all the glitz and glamour, and you're like, oh wow, dress. I want to also enjoy life. You don't know, but the things that clothes is covering. So I will say this: there are so many things money cannot buy. Safety is one of it. You know, people will say happiness, joy, but feeling safe, being able to close your eyes, even in a place that you think is safe, that sense of safety, money cannot buy it. You'll be in a big house with money, but your mind is not at peace. There are many things money cannot buy. And that's why I tell people that look for the things money cannot buy in a person. And these things, you know, the thing is, they are easy to do. But just that it will need to crush your ego. And that's where men don't like it. Their ego is more important than you. Their ego is more important than you. Because to get the things that really, really matters in life, your ego needs to be buried. To even live a purposeful life, your ego needs to die. How much more marriage, living with another person? Your ego must go. That's why I don't believe in other. Rub his head. No, you rubbing his head, you are enabling his bad behavior. A man misbehave, call him out. Tell him to his face. Why shouldn't you be able to correct your husband? Oh, sorry, he's your emperor of the nation. What do you people call it? Does that make sense to you? You put yourself in a difficult place, living a miserable life. You are afraid to walk. You go out, you're looking everywhere, making sure that nobody's following you. Is that a life? And in some cases, you can even leave and they will still come for you, like a story in the US that it even went viral, I think, maybe not. She had gone to the court. The court has given so many court orders, prohibited steps order, non-molestation order, all of the others. The guy still came, unalived her, chopped her off. By the time the police would get there, it's too late, clearly. And no, she ran away from the state the guy was, but the guy still tracked her down to where she is. So you're better off not falling into that shit. That is why I say open your eyes. Not they fall in love blindly. If they call you desperate for asking questions that can protect you, so be it. If they say your own is too much because you are trying to know who they are to protect yourself, so be it. Be desperate. Let them see you as a desperate person. Because how has they are not labeling you served you? How has it built your life? How has it helped you to be a better person? How has it helped you to build a life where you feel safe for yourself? Where in the future your children are saying, thank you, mommy, for making that decision. How? It is better off that you don't fall into this mess. Trust me. It is better off for you. Because coming out is not that easy, even when you're not pregnant. The lady I said aborted, it took her, 2 years before the divorce went through. You need to see her look during that period. Hey! She was not with a man. They were processing the whole divorce thing. But she was a mess. Her skin, you can't even think straight. So it's better you don't go in. And I will tell you, you're better off single than marrying any of those stupid people that they should have used to do period away. I am intentionally not mincing words so you can get the gravity of these things. So you can understand how dangerous it is for you to just walk into marriage because somebody somewhere. Then there are those that will come and say, see, the major people you should be suspecting most are those that come in the name of the Lord. God showed me you are my wife. Run. Me, I will say run. 90% of the time is a lie. It's a manipulation scheme. If God is speaking to them, let God speak to you too. And if God does not speak to you, then it's a lie. Because God will not speak to one person to come and marry one person without the other person being aware of it. And I also made an analysis on my WhatsApp status yesterday. I talked about the fact that a person can love God and hate you. The first time I got this insight was through Ola Speaks Live video. She was explaining how a person can have a good relationship with God, but have an horrible relationship with their wife, and thank you, and have a horrible relationship with their wives or people in their lives. And I've seen for about 4 years now, I've made this habit of questioning my own beliefs and convictions. And especially when I'm able to get proofs that what I used to believe, it didn't gel. So I drop it to take a new belief. So when I saw that video, I did not, and then secondly, I'm not one to defend God or the Bible. I don't like doing it because God is not helpless. He has a mouth. The God I serve does not need me to defend him. So I don't bother defending when people say even nasty things about God. I'll just leave them because, again, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know what their eyes have seen. So it's not in my place to invalidate their feeling about how God is to them. I mean, even I have been in a situation where I was calling God misogynistic. So, hello, who am I to tell them not to feel their feeling? So, after watching that video, I decided to go and meditate and truly read about the Bible characters, the people that were called men of faith in the Bible. I only used 2 examples on my status, and I think I'll just stick to that for the sake of this video and time. Let's start with the first one, our father of faith, Abraham. Abraham is someone that all of us, most Christians know this song, Abraham's blessings are mine. Hey, we know that song. Most Christians, at least if you are in the millennials, you should be able to know that song. Abraham's blessings are mine. We are claiming the blessings, isn't it? But Abraham was a useless husband. Yes, he's the father of faith. He has a beautiful relationship with God. But I'm sorry to say, Abraham was a useless husband and even a wicked father. Yes, the wicked father aspect was on the premises of him proving his love for God. But he's still a wicked father, if you want to be honest with yourself, because how will you call yourself my father? You want to go and kill me? I will question you as my father. You see, I will question your fatherhood over my life. But let's leave that fatherhood side alone, because we will say, okay, God told him to do it. But did God also tell him to pimp his wife to the 2 people that he did to? If not for God's intervention, do you know that Sarah would have been raped 2 times? All orchestrated by her own husband, a man she loves, chose to leave a family, friends, and known place with to a new place that she doesn't even know. This man, without thinking, was quick to suddenly denounce her as his wife and turn and say, hey, you're my sister. Just tell them you're my sister. He wants to save his head. He wants to save his face. So that they don't kill him, he will rather allow them to grape his wife. But Abraham has a good relationship with God. I mean, he had conversations with God. He even negotiated with God. I'm not sure I have that confidence. Maybe I now do, but I don't think I used to have that confidence to a point where I will negotiate from 100 to 5 with God. Oh, you don't get it. Abraham negotiated from a very big number to a small number with God. It's like having a conversation with your friend. That was the situation. Why didn't Abraham negotiate with God and say, God, hey, this place we are about to pass through, they may ask on my wife, oh, I don't know, how do you do it? Because if you know you want me to follow you, I need to protect my wife. That's an option. This is a man that we call our father of faith. Then Jacob. Do you know how many years Jacob spent to get Rachel? Guess who pushed Rachel and her children to the front to go and die in case somebody needs to die when he was to face his brother Esau? Jacob. The same man that spent 7 years, 14 years in total because of a woman. He was quick to push her to a death trap because he doesn't want to die. That's another example. And this is me not even overanalyzing it. Then there's David, a man after God's own heart. This man did not only betray his most trusted soldier, Uriah. He slept with his wife. It didn't stop there. He unalived him. And you know, one thing I'm thinking is, even Uriah knew that letter he was taking to the war front was his death penalty. But because, again, in that society, in case somebody wants to say, but in the case of Bathsheba or even Sarah, but she could have spoken. Have you forgotten that society was a patriarchal society where women are just a decoration or a property? The only time a woman is safe is if a man is there to save her. That means that Abraham could have protected his wife, but he chose otherwise. So a man can have a good relationship with God, but lack relationship skills towards human being. A man can. That is why these days, in fact, I've always said something that don't stop looking for a man that fears God, because the devil fears God though. The devil also fears God. So that fear God, love God is good. But that's not the major thing you should be looking for. Again, the principle of watch and pray. Watch out for the patterns in their life. Watch out for how they handle life issues. Watch out for how they treat people. People that socially seem lower than them. Watch out they treat them. How they treat them will give you an idea of how they will treat you. Because a time will come, if they are seeing others as lower than them, a time will come you'll become extremely lower than low with them. And they will treat you worse than the way they are treating outsiders. Because always, even in healthy relationship, it is the people that are closest to you that suffer mostly for you. So, I will end with this. In all that getting, get understanding. And if you think that money is more important, like somebody said, even though I intentionally ignored, my sister, did you see rope in my hand tying you or chain? My dear, pursue the money. You will get the money. Now, what's my own business? Is it my life? They play. As much as it's good to be married, you are better off single, happy, fulfilling your life purposes, than being married and living a miserable life. Trust me, most of the people in such marriages are wishing they have the opportunity you have now to choose. And if you're already in an abusive marriage and you feel stuck, you want to be in my paid community, trust me. While I cannot promise that it's going to be a walk in the park, but with each day comes clarity. By yourself, you will know how to start planning your exits. There are some that have helped who have left. There are some who are planning their exit. They are not out yet, but they are planning. And there are also those who are just starting. So, if you feel stuck, join that group. It's going to be of great benefit to you. And never ever think that anybody in this life has the authority over your life. Nobody. Any human being that can suddenly die, that the breast can suddenly stop, does not have the power over your life. They should never ever, don't ever make people feel too important in your life. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where you are too afraid to lose people. Never be too afraid to lose people. Don't be. It's a bad place to be. Don't be afraid to lose people. Yes, value relationship. Love them. Do the necessary things to keep this relationship going, right? Do your own part. But please, thank you for the gift. Like, do your own part. Invest in your relationships, friendship, romantic relationship. Do your own part. But never do it to the point where you begin to lose yourself. Don't ever do it to the point where you begin to lose your voice, where you are beginning to be afraid to express your feelings and emotions, or what someone is doing to you that you do not like. Don't ever get there. Don't ever get to that point where every other person has the decision over your life. No, don't. It's a very bad place to be. It's a very bad place to see. I am one that I love to be invested in relationships. My friends know me. I will go all out for you. I will do everything within my capacity for you. But if you do any mistake to cross the line, I will forgive you, but I will not also forgive you. That means I will forgive you, but that friendship is gone. That relationship is gone. I love myself too much to give you an opportunity to reload your gun to shoot me when you have missed the first time. I won't allow you to not miss again. God forbid. Because that's what people do. Forgiveness is not reunion. Forgiveness is not reconnection. You can forgive a person and not necessarily relate to them again. It's not fight. That mindset of, but you're forgiving me. No, stop it. And it doesn't mean there will never be reunion in some cases, but you have to let that person prove to you that they are truly changing, or that they regret ever making that mistake with you. Let that be the case. Let them make efforts, either as friends or romantic relationship. And to be honest, personally, there are some things that I will never ever allow a second chance to. You cheat on me, you are gone. There are some things, of course, that you will do, I will give you a second chance. But there are some extreme that I will never allow. And cheating is one of them. I have this principle. Anything that I would never do to you, don't try it with me. Don't do it. I may come across as being too much. I would prefer you see me too much so that you respect yourself and don't misbehave. I don't easily block people even when we don't talk again. But if I see that you're becoming a threat to my peace of mind, I will block you. By the grace of God, self. I will even sanctify the blocking. One of the reasons why I will never forgive cheating is because there's too much at stake in my life to be allowing somebody to be going around carrying all rubbish of disease or spirit or demon and come and deposit it in my life. There's so much at stake for me. There's too much at stake in my life. I have destinies relying on me. I have lives depending on me to fulfill purpose. I can't risk it. So if you mistakenly, because that's what they used to say, if you mistakenly fall into a hole, stay there. My dear, don't come back and tell me to forgive you. I will not. I will not forgive you. My life is important to me. My mental well-being is important because the torture cheating brings on the victim or recipient, you guys don't know. It creates so many things in your mind. You begin to doubt yourself. Maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe you're not dressing well. I don't have that time. No, I don't have the time. Maybe I need to roll very well in the bed. Maybe I'm not learning new bedmatics for you. Whatever has made you think that you cannot communicate with me what you wish you wanted or you want to try, at least communicate first. Even after you communicate and I still say no, it's still not a reason why you should step out. So the minute you step out, don't come back. Don't try it. Don't come and smell my door. And I think that's where every woman should be. You will see how these people will sit up. Don't ever. First of all, go and identify your value as a woman. What are your values? What are your value system? Or better still, start with who you are. What are your purposes in life? Who do you want to be in the next 5-10 years? How do you want to see yourself? How do you want the world to see you? Where do you want to be? That will now guide your decisions on the value system you will build, the belief system you will build, and the friends you will allow in your life, and the people you will allow to be in your inner space. You will then come to understand that not everybody should be in your life, and it is not fight, it's not quarrel. It is you identifying who you are, where you are going. See, you don't need to have the full perfect picture of where you are going, but you have an idea of where you are going, and you know that there are some friends that will mess you up. So you are not bothering you are not allowing it. It doesn't mean you will relate with them, but it will not be on a close-knit relationship kind of. You will greet them. In fact, opportunities will come. You will work together safe, but it doesn't mean you are friends. These are the things you should go and when you know them, it becomes difficult. Easy for you to, yes, casual level. It becomes very easy for you to now identify your value system, your belief system, and the kind of people you want in your life. And I dare say, embrace aloneness. I'm not saying loneliness, aloneness. Being comfortable with yourself alone. Being without friends. Being alone without needing people to necessarily be in your life. Embrace it. Because what that does for you is that it detoxifies your subconscious. It detoxifies you from every unhealthy relationship patterns you have built over time. The truth is, at some point you will feel the itchiness. You will feel like, let me go and have friends. No. As painful as it may be, stay put. It doesn't mean you're not relating with people. Don't get me wrong. You will still relate with people, but you're not going to be seeing them from the lens of my best friend, my close friend. You will just see them like casual people. You will do business with them. You will work with them. You will relate with them, but they are not your friend. With time, without you doing too much, people of high value will get attracted to you because now you have detoxified your subconscious from the toxic patterns of the bad choosing of friends. So by the time you are now choosing the right friend that you think suits where you are going, your subconscious attracts more of those people because your subconscious controls 95% of your action. That's why you will see somebody will say, but I didn't plan to slap you. It's because the person has thought about it for a long time and the subconscious have taken note of it. So when the opportunity presents itself, it will happen. It's not be like magic. I didn't plan. Yes, you didn't plan it, but you planned it. So thank you for the gift. So you see, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional with your life. Be comfortable with yourself. Build that aloneness. Build a relationship with yourself. Know the patterns that align with you. Know the things that work for you. And go for it. Stay there. With time, you'll be attracting high value. See, there are some connections that I have now that started forming when I was alone. When I practiced that aloneness. There are some high value relationships I have now that even if I want to misbehave, when I remembered how valuable those relationships are, I reset myself that no, I'm not doing that. That's the benefit of being alone for a while. I did it for like almost 2 years of my life, and it was intentional. You don't necessarily have to stay that long. You may not have the capacity, but the truth is, the minute you get used to it, you will not even realize how long it is. Then you'll not be the one intentionally enough building the network. It is in that aloneness that you will also know who you are, know your purpose, know your value, know your belief system, build the resilience that you need, and most importantly, not be afraid to lose anybody. You will not be afraid to lose anybody. Not because you are not valuing them, but you are not overvaluing them over yourself. You are not carrying somebody else over yourself. You will value people, you will nurture the relationships, but you will also nurture yourself so that you can water, because it is from the abundance of what you have that you can give to other people. If you love every other person, but in fact, you cannot even give a healthy love when you've not loved yourself. One of the things that makes some people stay in a toxic relationship is lack of self-love. They don't know what it means to love themselves and thereby leave themselves in a harmful situation. Trust me, if you stay like this for a while, a time would come and you are intentional about it, you will be noticing some patterns about yourself that you also may need to unlearn. During my aloneness, I started observing some negative patterns in my character. Excuse me. Let me get water. I started noticing some unhealthy patterns in myself. And I started unlearning them. It was not an easy process, I must say, but I did it. And it helped me. Also helped me to now connect with better relationships. Just do it. Just do it. And the amount of power you will see you have. Again, I know life is so busy and with so much distractions these days. Everybody wants to be, thank you for the gift, class captain. Everybody wants to be like everywhere. The need for validation, outside validation is another problem. You want to be seen and heard. It's not bad, but let that not overpower your need to know yourself and love yourself. Enjoy quietness because that's where you draw strength from. Don't be too busy trying to be seen when you've not seen yourself. I don't know if you get my point. Like, you want others to see you, you want others to hear you, but have you seen yourself? Have you heard yourself? Have you noticed yourself? These are the things. Because when you've not done all of this for yourself and it's a third party that, or second party, either in whatever condition, is the one telling you this, the day they stop supplying that validation, you start feeling useless and helpless. And then you start thinking you need to go and meet them so that they can tell you. You start thinking, I need to go and tell so they can. No. You can start with something like, what are the 3 things about myself that I love? You don't need people to tell you they love it. For now, what are the things because another danger of external validation is that it deprives you of your authenticity. It deprives you of that. You're unable to see how unique you are. So first start with, what are the 3 things you like about you? It could be your face. It could be your body. It could be the way you talk. It could be the way you dress. It could be the way you communicate with people. Just look for 3 things that you love about yourself. Then you can now carry it next and ask your trusted people. Not people that you already know don't like you. I mean people that are genuine. That will be honest with you. Even if it's not, sometimes feedbacks can be painful, but they are helpful. Reach out to them and tell them, what are the 3 things you like about me and 3 things you don't like about me. And honestly sit with yourself and analyze it. And be brutally honest with yourself, because the truth is, many times we always know our bad behavior, but we just like to lie to ourselves that it's not that bad. We like to just, it's not that bad now. But be honest with yourself. Someone is saying, do you even understand? Exactly. But honestly, try this thing. By the time you do it, you would also begin to notice yourself. You will notice the kind of thought you have towards yourself. Some of you don't even like yourself, but you want a man to like you. See, you are all you've got. You need loyalty to yourself first. You need love to yourself first. You need honesty to yourself first. You need faithfulness to yourself first. Practice every of these things to yourself first. So that when somebody is bringing bare minimums, you can tell them off and say, nah, this is not up. Hi, sis. Why are you coming? I'm almost running away. Good evening, everything, woman. Like, put yourself in a position where people will tell you are selfish because you choose yourself and remove yourself from danger zone. This world is like the hunter and the prey. That's the society we are in. You want to acknowledge it or not. And that's why you need to be very street smart. I saw a video just before coming to this live on Facebook. And I think it's a real life matter. That guy escaped death due to street smartness. This is what happened. I think he belongs to a gang. Or maybe he offended a gang. Because it looks like he's the only one. So it looks like he offended. Oh, I can imagine. Hope your day was fine. Hope it was not stressful as well. So it looks like he offended a gang and he was now running away. He now got to a corner from where they can easily see him. And he quickly removed the stop, threw it away, then lied down close to a shop and acted like he's sleeping. Clearly, it feels like an homeless person that is just sleeping by the street. These gangs, clearly from the video, you can tell that they have made up their mind to unalive him. I was seeing dangerous weapon in that video. They were, I think they're up to at least 7. They were after him. Thank God. Like, it was clear that they want a pound of flesh. Even if they don't want to alive him, they are going to enjoy him. But that's street smartness. Yes, with God as well, maybe. But that street smartness of removing his clothes, lying down beside the shop and sleeping, acting like he's sleeping like an homeless person is one key thing that saved him. Because they were literally, I think that video lasted for 3 minutes. They were literally perambulating the same spot, but for some reason they even climbed the shop to the to the roof to see maybe he climbed. Meanwhile, the person climbing was literally like, if their skin did not touch, it would remain small. But for some reason they were thinking he's an homeless person, so they ignored him. And at the end of the day, they left. But what saved him was the street smartness. That is what a woman, like, this is what women need. You need to be so smart that before they think they are catching you, you are 10 times ahead. Honestly, I'm currently helping one woman living an abusive marriage, and due to the support I gave her, she was able to outsmart her husband. And not just that, she later discovered that the church she's going, church has been the doom of so many women. I'm a Christian, so that before you think I'm speaking against church, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I love God. I serve God. I read the Bible. I like, that's me. But I will also tell you the truth. The pulpit is one of the weapon fashioned against women. So in this case, it's like the woman, as soon as she entered that country, because she came from Nigeria into the country, I don't want to mention the country for many reasons, she joined the church, and immediately it felt like fellowship. Oh, we are welcoming our sister. We don't want her to experience the it came across as they caring for her and trying to avoid her from getting hurt by the system. That's how it came. But now, in hindsight, she realized that she was literally walking into a cult-like church that is so abusive and toxic. So, as she's trying to fight her abusive husband, she's also fighting an abusive and toxic church, because now they are raising reinforcement against her. They are manipulating everybody against her. So it is not even just her husband she's fighting. She's now fighting church as well. She's now fighting mommy church, daddy church, the pastor. I know it's not funny, but I'm laughing because I'm just trying to calm myself. I remember the day she was sharing this thing with me. I didn't know when I said that. Like, I sat down somewhere there on my sofa, and I was so angry. Jesus. I was like, hey, I don't even know how to explain. I think I even made a video about it, but I could not come out clean. I was just doing like this because, again, it's still an ongoing matter, so I cannot release it. Like, I'm so angry that if I had one power like this, I would go and I will go and meet that woman and go jiggy like this. Are you mad? Ow! Yes. This woman's case as well, when at some point I told her that I'd go to the refuge, because when I fled from abuse, I went to the refuge, and the support I got there made my journey a lot easier. I got lots of support that also made my story credible, that even when I could not quickly get a proof of my abuse, the fact I was in a refuge kind of solidified my testimony a little bit. And so by the time I was not getting evidence, I didn't need too much story. So I told this lady to go to the refuge. So she went to open up to the police. The policewoman was like, don't go. They will not do this. I was like, Anyway, after trying to follow the policewoman's advice and it didn't work, she finally followed my advice. She's the one now. Every woman in that community, once they enter, please, anything the unbreakable will tell you to do, go and do it, Hey, because now she has, and it's not even just about the refuge. There are some other decisions. Meanwhile, again, if you're coming from a religious background, there's a tendency for you to be so full of what your pastor, mama, whatever would think or say over what you should feel and say. I know. And let me put this out there so that God and the universe and everything would hear. This is something I'm trusting and praying that God will help me to do. That I will be able to provide shelter for women in Nigeria. I know the benefit of a shelter. I know how it's made my journey easier. See, when a woman sees a place to pass the night, she won't blink her eyes before she leaves. What the shelter did for me, they provided a place, provided basic things for me. Then they worked with the government to get me funding. They were paying my rent for me. A time came where I was living. My ex was told to evict the place, and I have to be paying rent in 2 places. They worked it out. The government was paying the 2 rents. While I know that the government in Nigeria may not be able to do this one, but to an extent, there are some things I believe we can, like, it's something in my mind and has been in my mind since, I think, 2020. Actually, even before I left the abusive marriage. But it intensified after I left. But financially right now, I cannot even, I can't afford it. But it's something in my head that I'm not dropping. It's a major need in Nigeria. One of the women I'm helping right now is in Nigeria. Oh God, it's like I have too many sad stories. Women, as much as you want to serve God, love God, I beg, no, they throw away your brain. Some of these women that I'm currently helping are women that are older than me. And I also understand that in their own time, around the time they were getting married, the knowledge we have now was not present. So honestly, I will still excuse them to an extent. Okay, I'll wait for you to complete that sentence, please. They should be very careful. Okay. There's one I was contemplating, but to be honest, somebody even told me to connect them. I went to search their page, but my spirit was like, leave it. I just had that reluctancy in myself, so I didn't pursue them, because this woman I'm saying is in Nigeria was like a priority for me, because oh my God. Please, before they tell you to forgive people, and if you are watching me, let me quickly say this, because that's another mistake a lot of people do. If you are watching me right now, you're in a relationship that is abusive, please don't try to figure it out yourself first. Speak up with someone like me. Because one thing I've observed about the people that finally open up to me is, in the bid to try and prove a point to me that, I'm trying to show that I'm trying to leave, they end up creating more mess for themselves. It doesn't mean we cannot correct this, but it would have been better to, okay, I'll be expecting, I beg. Like, they think they want to help them, like, prove a point to me. See, you don't need to prove a point to me. I'm even trying to know who is calling me when we were. Like, I don't need you to prove a point to me that you're trying to leave. You opening up to me is already enough pointer that you need help, you want help, and you will get it. And like I would always say, see, I'm not promising that it's going to be a smooth ride. Especially if you're in Nigeria. Forget it. It's a very difficult ride. But it is not something you cannot do. You will cry on the journey. You'll be angry with yourself on the journey. But with every passing day, you will overcome. One of the cases I'm dealing with, that one I said that involves church, they have also gone diabolical. It's so bad that I even had a revelation about it. Thank God she was a Christian. We had to pray about it. And I also started like guiding her on what to do, using our authority in God and speaking about this matter. See, I remember during this week, I was like, I think that was the first time I would physically admit that abuse is spiritual. Like, I was supposed to say abuse is spiritual. And it was stemming from that experience. It's, I don't know, but I don't know. I know I've said so many things, and somehow I've even lost my trail of thoughts, but I just want you guys to understand that when you do think of leaving, and you are watching me, don't try to figure it out by yourself. Please reach out. Yes, my services are paid for, but I have options that can be affordable for you. I have, like the group I'm talking about right now, these women are there. One of them just even dropped a comment, but I intentionally don't want to answer. So people will not suspect who she is for our own safety. But honestly speaking, don't try to figure it out for yourself. One of the reasons is not because I want to control you, but one of the reasons is because at the moment your mind is clogged up, you are not thinking clearly, you're not thinking straight, and your thoughts are not coming from you. They are coming from the abuse and the abuser. They are coming from the person that is... Thank you for the gift. They are coming from the person that is abusing you and also from the trauma of the abuse. So you're not going to be thinking in a direction that favors you. You are likely going to be thinking in the direction that will favor the man, but you won't know. You will think you're protecting yourself. Like one of the people that reached out to me, by the time she was telling me, well, I was thinking, let me just do it. She has been following me since last year, but she didn't reach out. That, again, I can't share her story. At least she has not given me the permission to, but I don't know when during the first one-on-one session I had, because I gave some free one-on-one sessions last week, and I think I'll do it again this week. I'll post this time around. I'll post on my wall. I found myself fighting my tears back. Let me give you one of the things that made me cry. Her own children are beating her with their father. When I heard it, I was like, Ayemi. They did not stop there. They even lied against her that she's the one beating them. Let me leave that story because I don't want to talk about it, and I'm not sure I want to even talk about it right now. So please don't try to figure it out yourself. Reach out to someone like me. And if you think that, oh, Ruth is too spiritual, see, everything woman with Timmy is one person you can also reach out to. See, exactly, that's the effect. When she was telling me, I was holding back my tears, like due to now holding back the tears, I started having slight headache after the call. I was just happy that I didn't have another session because I had 3 sessions that day. So I was just like, thank God. Hey God, what demon wants to enter you to be beating your own mother? Even if that woman did not curse her children, there's a curse standing already. I was like, I just saw that and said, start praying for mercy for them. Because clearly their father manipulated them. It was clear. And he's still manipulating them. But unfortunately, from the little I could gather, it looks like the father, and I mean, the first child has taken after the father. I wouldn't say it's a lost cause, but see, women, let me beg you. Let me beg you. You are destroying your children by staying in an abusive marriage. You are not only destroying your own life, you are also destroying your children's life. And please, I beg you, I know you want to go to heaven. I know you want to enter heaven. But please stop forgiving people that are destroying your life. Because if toxic forgiveness people practice, it's going to be your doing. How do you forgive? You know, sometimes when I hear these stories, I'm like, I zone out so I can stay sane. I zone out. And that's some of those days are the days where I intentionally will not even come to TikTok, because I'm like, by the time I'm scrolling now, I will see Timmy's video. I will see all that. I'm like, you people cannot trigger me. I'll just run away. I'm like, I'm not. So I will run away from even, especially TikTok. I'll be like, no, I'm not doing. Because I am like, why? Someone shared a story of someone she knows with me this week again. The man is a policeman in Ekiti. Abusive, toxic. Think about everything a toxic man does. He is. The woman has been suffering in silence. So one day, she got tired. This one is a gory sight. The lady wanted to share the video. I said, don't do it. Don't. Because me, I have a very imaginative mind. Merely writing is my mind has created this. You now want to send me video. I don't want to see you. Not be me you go kill. What the woman did was is a I'm sorry, it's not a funny matter, but it's funny. The woman, I think she has gotten, her cup was already full. What she did was she went to chop off his manhood. The man in the bid to fight back also stabbed her to death, and that was how both of them died together. And when the lady was like, let me share the video, I'm like, you say, don't try it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. That's another problem with staying in an abusive marriage. That's it. Because, you see, Christian women and I forgive him. I forgive him. I forgive him. Let me tell you what you're doing. You are suppressing your emotion. You are suppressing it. You are pressing it down, pressing it down. And emotion is like gas. Imagine trying to fill a 10 kg cylinder with 50 kg gas. What do you think would happen? It will blow up at some point. That's your emotion. You keep suppressing with, I forgive him. You know, God said we should forgive. You'll be deceiving yourself. I'm a parrot, right? No, I want to go to heaven. You're already in hell. In case you don't know, you are already in hell. So you keep forgiving, till one day you blow up like that woman. And at the end of the day, she died. Thank you. Forgive and live. But the thing that's paining me is that the brand of forgiveness that Christians do is I'm holding myself back because I said it today. I'm not going to be using some words. But the brand of forgiveness Christians do is a very foolish one. A person is not repentant. They are not even remorseful. You are forgiving them and accepting them. Are you okay? Is that how much you hate yourself? Is that how much you passionately hate yourself that I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like, see, I get it though. The church is not helpful, especially with the way they even put all the responsibility on women. They will say the man is the head, but it's still the same woman that should be the mother of the head. Well, me, I could accept that. Me, I'll continuously be controversial. I will not agree with you, but I will keep saying it when I can and I feel like, see, I pray that women will become wiser. I pray that you would you will grow to a stage where you know that you have the right to choose who should be in your life and who not. You have the right to walk away, even if your pastor is angry. You don't owe him. Are you still in that relationship, or you are already planning your exit at least? God, I beg. God, I beg. God, I beg. God, I'm hoping this one is a story that somebody else is about to. God, I beg. See, well, this one is red carpet with red banner plus flag joined together, because that thing, oh God, if you know how to fly, I would say fly actually, or disappear. Hey guys, stop it. I would say disappear. Let me keep quiet. I'm careful, I beg. Honestly, just okay. But it's well. It is well. God forbid bad son. Let me just leave it like that. I'm hoping that this video is waking you up. I'm hoping it's making you question things and helping you make decisions to look out for yourself. Watch out for yourself. If it's not serving you, and I'm not talking about there's this new trend of emotional laziness and mental laziness that people don't want to go through phases in life, challenges in life, any little thing. It's affecting my mental health. I'm not talking about that. There are some challenges. See, life is filled with challenges. Life is not even safe. You're in your house going, you're not safe. If God was to open your eyes to see the attacks going on, you think you're safe. But my point is this. Know when to take a walk. Better. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll leave it like that. I will tell you this. Don't ever, on no grounds, love a person more than yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. Let the proportion, let it be a balance. Stop making it an unequal yoke. And I'm thinking of talking about this, but I'm also thinking of that. But I'll just say a quick one. Stop marrying the man on the pulpit, or the man in the suit, or the man in the office that is very well articulated, very good with what he's doing. Don't marry that man. Marry the man outside of the title. Marry the man outside of gram. On gram again, everybody is bringing their best foot forward. Marry the man behind the camera. If you must marry, at least marry what will give you peace of mind. Marry the one that you will not be doing like this. Marry the one that you have security. Stop. When I say security, I'm talking of the legal aspects. Stop doing traditional marriage. Go to courts. You get why, See, it is, God forbid, we are not praying for divorce, but it is at that verge of divorce you will realize that you carry gun like this for your own hand. You shoot yourself for leg. Stop doing it to yourself. Stop it. Stop having children with people you cannot stay committed with. Stop having children with people that clearly hate you, that do everything to prove to you they don't like you. Stop having children with them. Be stingy with your womb, auntie. Yes. If the man has shown you shege with the first pregnancy, that's a clue that the second should not happen. That both of you should be searching for second child. Yes. Even though you are the principalities and power behind it. You will go on the mountain. I said it earlier. You will go on the mountain and pray together. I will not even say fast. That's what I'm saying now. I'm just putting it all there. Do family planning. And then both of you be searching for the children. You know you are the one behind it, but you are not, because he has proven to you that it will mess up your life. And there's something about abuse. It increases. See, in a nutshell, the experience you had in the first pregnancy is pepe compared to what will come in the second. Now imagine having the third, fourth. Omo, it's all over. So if I were you, if one happened by mistake, second happened don't let the third follow. By that third, you're a foolish person. You hate yourself with passion. Go get contraceptive. I've been trying. What's going on? Let's be praying. Let's pray. Let's go for counseling. Let's go for tests. You even suggest it. But in that your suggestion, see, in all of this, because in the long run, anything that alters the body's natural I'm very careful with it, because they usually have side effects. So what I will say is, as much as you're taking the medication and you're joining him in prayer and fasting, going for tests, be planning how to exit so that you can stop taking the medication. That's it. But we will search for the children for as long as needed. But I'm planning for my exit. I'm not staying there. We will search. We will go to Orioke area. We'll go to F1 God, I beg. We will go to all the mountains available. We will fast. We will fast. Me, but I know I'm not going to fast. Head the mountain. Thank you. Simon, you're making noise. We will go up on top of. We will not go to the best gynecology to find out if I'm the one at fault. I'll be sorry if it's me that are EUs. Or you two will go to check if your sperm is still functioning well. Guy, it's loud. We'll go and search together. Yeah, we are going to search. Let me tell you one interesting story. It just came to my mind. And let me share. A friend shared it with me. It's so funny. The day I was laughing real hard. So this friend of mine, she has a cousin who is a guy. This guy shamed her for being a single mom. He was like, all of you London ladies, once you are in that abroad like this, the next thing you are thinking of is how to send your husbands away so that you can be a single mother and be collecting government money. Help me ask, how much is the government money? Government money. Not even, do you know how difficult it is for you to even get benefits in London, in UK right now? You will do like this. UK that is very stingy now. Anyway, 1 year down the line, Uncle woke up to a reality that he didn't expect. He didn't expect it. So what happened is, clearly he has been abusing his wife for the longest time. Not only that, he isolated her. He has worked for some of his families to come to the country of residence that he had in, but when it's time for them to help the lady's family, one excuse or the other, or he sabotages it. He will try to do something that the plans wouldn't go. That's how auntie. I like that woman. I'm like, she needs to come and teach us how she did this smoothly. Anyway, that's how auntie just was like, that she gained admission into a university in another city, number one, and is a full-time studies. Is it full-time? I know she needed to move outside of where they were living together as couple. So she did it in such a way that there was an agreement that she can go with the children. There was an agreement that she can go with the children and there will be no EUs. Anyway, so she got her admission, she left, and the next thing that came via post for the man was a divorce letter. The next thing that came was a divorce letter. This will be like film. The same guy that ashamed his own cousin for being a single mom now called his cousin that was like, see what happened, and he was now lamenting and was now regretting and then was now confessing of how he has treated her badly for years. I think at least 10 years. But at that point it was too late. I was like, this is what I'm saying. As a woman, never ever leave yourself at the mercy of anybody. She planned it so well that if he tries to think he can come and change anything about the children, he might go to jail for it. Why will you put yourself in a place where somebody has to allow you to pursue your dream? I don't get this idea of taking permission from your husband. Why? Why are you taking permission? He's not your Lord and Master. He's not your daddy and mommy. In fact, a time comes in your life, even without being married, that your parents cannot dish out decisions over your life again. Like, all they can do is to advise you and hope that you follow the advice. And even if you don't follow the advice, they cannot be angry with you. Why put yourself in a place that your husband will not be saying you are not allowed to? You are allowed to. Why? If you know you want to go for a course, say for example, what you just need to do is to put up plans in place. If there are children out, they can be well taken care of. Like, it's not even like, it's not going to be it's not a negotiable thing. I want to pursue my dream. I will not. You will not be giving me permission to pursue my dream. But now, no, you can't do that. The highest I will do is that we have a discussion on how to create a balance so that the children are not left struggling and the home is not suffering. But that way you will tell me to sacrifice my dream. No, I'm not going to do that one. Which kind of nonsense is that? No, please, that idea of my husband allow me, dead it. No, nobody should have that kind of power to be allowing you to do something or not. No. And that idea of also seeing your husband taking a wrong decision that will put you in a dangerous place, but because you are a submissive or you are not keeping quiet, don't do it though. You see your husband going into a business contract that you know will have a serious impact, extremely high risk, and you don't think you should tell him, Oga, I'm not of the among of this one. Like, I will not know you again. So it's either we sit down and calculate our cost and know, is this working? Will it not work? Yeah, there are some risks you will still take in life. I understand, but this risk, you must consider the fact that you have children, you have women in your life. You cannot just be... See, if he's a single man, I want to take the risk by himself. I don't care. But the minute you're in my life, you cannot take any risk. Well, if you yawa by me, I'm sorry. No, I'm not even sorry. What am I saying? If you choose to be foolish, I will not follow you blindly. I'm sorry. I'm not that loyal. I'm not going to be loyal to my own detriment. I'm not going to join you to that rubbish that because you're the head, I will see you making a mistake that will have a great impact on my life and my children's life negatively. Oh, Gasa, if I will give you due respect, but my shock here, I'm not going to. See, and there's nobody that can make me want to think of it. Nobody can make me do it. I don't care who you are. I'm talking about my life. You're telling me to be doing submission. Sub what? Not impossible. And that idea of stopping your life to be a wife or husband, wife or mother. Reduce the volume of the TV, Simon. That idea. Yes, I understand there are seasons in life where, again, pregnancy has a way of it will just reconfigure your life for you in some way. So I understand that aspect where, due to pregnancy, you may pause working or schooling or furthering your education, better put, or like you may pause. That's a season, but it shouldn't be a stop. It can be a pause, but it must never be a stop. And also, I would even say this, as much as you, because I know that the society has made it normal that a woman lets go of her career, her financial independence, because she needs to birth a child. I will say, as much as you want to do that, just make sure you have something tangible saved up somewhere for you. Because again, the man may not want to be wicked towards you, but there's something called internalized misogyny. All of us have it, both man and woman. We hate ourselves sometimes. And that's an example of what I've been talking about. You don't even like yourself. While it is higher in men, because again, the society favors it, like it favors them to be wicked towards women. So some men may not intentionally want to be wicked towards you, but it's inherent. They have been conditioned into that mindset. That's why you can see a good man with another woman like this and see him being respectful, honoring his wife, but that same man can marry you and abuse you because of the standard you have raised for yourself. I don't know if you get what I mean. So what I'm saying in essence is, yes, we are hoping your husband will stay good, kind, and all of that. But make sure you don't use your own hand to put yourself in a place where you are at the mercy of him. If you know you'll be getting pregnant, if I were you, especially if you're living in a country like Nigeria, I will save up money for in case of CS so that I'm not waiting for one husband. I will save up money that will take care of me till I can fully be working. In a nutshell, there will be no pregnancy until I have that money saved up somewhere. Yes. A husband cannot decide to take it and do it. My money is still there. But that I will not have that security live my life at the mercy of another human being, I will not do it. Yeah, personal development. I will not do it. I will not put myself in a difficult position because I want to be a wife. And I'm sorry, no shades to people doing stay-at-home mom. And I also understand seasons. There was a time I did it, especially if you're in the Western world. I think at some point you will be a stay-at-home mom. But in this digital age, my darling, you can be a stay-at-home mom and be earning money from even creating rubbish. We see people create rubbish these days and they are collecting money from Facebook and TikTok. It can be a day in your life where you are just posting how you are cooking your food. From views, money is coming in. Build your followership. Can you see that you cannot even just say you want to fully rely on a man? Because the more you get to poverty as an individual, the less power you have over your life. So at every cost, have that financial independency. It is essential. It is very important for you as a woman. The woman I'm currently living in Nigeria, one of the reasons why both of us can be planning her exit is because she's working and has money to go and rent place. Is it in Nigeria that there's no refuge to run to? Where would she have run to? She would not. In fact, maybe she will run in the next 3-4 years if there was no job. You won't. So don't let go of your financial independency. And I will even say this, even in a healthy relationship, there's no point rushing to get pregnant. First, enjoy yourselves together as couples. Because when you're living together, you will see some things that will first annoy you first of all. And until you are able to see all these things first, if you go and rush and get belle, I don't even know. Anyways, see, choose your battles. But in all your choosing, add wisdom more. Add wisdom. Don't start giving birth when you don't have some safety net for yourself. I'm not praying you marry a madman. I'm praying you marry a responsible man and a good person. But try to be responsible for your life. There are women who are dead today, not because their husband is bad, but because they dropped their own autonomy on their husband. They couldn't sign a CSM this thing because they don't have the money to pay. So they needed to wait for husbandman who was miles away. Before they got there, is either husband, child is gone, or both are gone. I wouldn't say financial is not. I know these things. To an extent, financial is. And a person will get correct mind, they get wisdom. So it's not just wisdom, it's actually understanding. You can be wise and still make foolish decisions for yourself. Have you noticed that people that are wise are very good at advising people, but when it comes to their life, they make foolish decisions? So it's not just about wisdom, it's actually understanding. You can know a thing and not know how to apply it to your life. So what I would say is understanding, but also have money. And yes, I understand where you're coming from, because again, I know women who are the breadwinner. They have money in their marriages. They are when it comes to finances, they are the head. But they are stuck with their abusive partner because they lack the willpower to live. But money gives you an advantage. Money gives you an advantage that a person without money has. You will have the power to make a decision, and when you make that decision, you are not incapacitated because there's no finance. So you see that as much as this thing. So I get what you're trying to say, but I would say that money is not necessarily a protection from abuse, but it is important to also protect you. It can protect you because you will be bold to take a walk because you have an option when you have an understanding that you deserve better. I hope you get what I mean. So either ways, money is essential. Wisdom is important. Understanding is very, very, very much important. So everything is needed, to be honest. Is needed. while money may not protect you, but it can save you because money gives you option. So please never lose your financial independence on any grounds, and never lose yourself because of a man. Never lose yourself, like in that, like the story I first shared when I started this life. How will a man have the boldness to do threesome, record himself, and send it to you, and you are still thinking your family should be the one to determine if you should divorce the man or not? That's someone that has lost her self-autonomy. She has lost her self-governance. She has lost everything about herself. She doesn't know, so she needs somebody to tell her what to do. I'm sure Graceful on the platform she went to, ask for the advice. At least I know that platform that they don't send you. They will tell you to your face, Simon, stop that. They will tell you to your face what you're doing. And they will tell you what you should do. And they will tell you how you are being foolish. That man does not even sugarcoat his words. I don't understand that man. So, honestly speaking, just make sure there are so many things that you may be able to lose, but never lose your self-governance, autonomy, your financial independence. Nah. Because once you do, by the time you are catching up with yourself, so much would have been destroyed. Anyways, I believe that we've spent enough time today. I think we've gone beyond almost 2 hours now, even though I planned 1 hour. I planned 1 hour, but here we are. It's been good hanging out with you all. And thank you to everyone that gave me gifts. Thank you so much. And also to those that shared this live. Thank you so much. I would try to download this video and post it on my YouTube. So if peradventure you missed a part of it, don't worry. I would upload it on my YouTube when it's ready. Just go to the link in my bio. You should be able to subscribe to my YouTube channel from there, so you can get the notification immediately. I will post it on YouTube, so in case you miss any parts, trust me, you will get everything back. Anyways, thank you everyone. Oh, so good to see you. Blessed be day. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you everyone for the gifts as well. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. I'm just even noticing 17k likes. Wow, I didn't know. Wow, how do they used to do that share song that they'll be clapping like this? Oh, Cindy, thank you for joining. So thank you for the likes, thank you for the views, thank you for the time, thank you for the gifts, thank you for everything. Thank you so much everyone. I really appreciate you all, and thank you for the time as well. Thank you for your data, especially those in Nigeria, because I hear that your data price now have gone from 10% to 200%. Kilo day. So thank you. I believe it's love for you to do that. So I really appreciate you all. Till I come your way again. Unfortunately, I cannot say the exact time. Like I told those that joined me the last time, I cannot say the exact time I'll come live again, because I don't want a situation where I promise and I'm unable to meet up, because my schedule these days is just interesting. Let me put it that way. Plus, I have so many deadlines. Plus, I'm planning some events, and it's really taking my time. It's one of my major events that I do yearly, retreats, and also a first conference. The conference is going to be free, and it's going to happen in Lagos, Nigeria. For those in Nigeria, hello. I'm hoping I'll be able to see you there. Then for the retreats, is just for those is a paid event. For the retreats, is a 3-night away, where we pray together. We talk about this kind of issues that we just finished talking about, but at a deeper level. You know, there's some things I cannot share. Like, in fact, it was clear there are some things I couldn't share. I was holding myself back. But we will share in that place. We do unmasking. And then we remember our childhood by doing some games and fun and massage. So if you are in the UK or in Lagos, because it's holding in 2 locations this year. Last year, it only held in UK. So this year, we are having it in UK, London, and Nigeria, Lagos. Is a paid event. Registration will start very soon. I promise you, latest next month, you will be seeing the registration notifications. So do yourself the favor to register and be part of it. Come for the conference. The conference is only holding in Lagos, a 1-day event. Then the retreat is holding in 2 locations, London and Lagos. So watch out for the information and register for it. Trust me, you'll love it. I still got a video feedback from one of the attendees this month, just before this live, and I didn't even realize that it had that much impact on her. I was like, wow, even my head was big in. So trust me, it's an event you will love to be part of. Anyways, thank you all, and have a very, very beautiful evening. Till I come your way again, turn on the notification, follow me so that when I come live, you can be part of it. Okay? Thank you and bye.